if you are ready for a new chapter, here are 10 high-paying careers worth considering in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and even beyond. 10. Paralegal. So the earning potential here is 60,000 to 100,000 plus. So let's start with a career where you can enter the legal world without becoming a lawyer. So paralegals help lawyers research cases, prepare documents, organize information, and manage legal files. So why this is great for starting over is because you don't necessarily need another 4-year degree here. Depending on where you live and your existing education, you may be able to complete a paralegal studies program or a certificate and transition into the field directly. And skills you've already developed in other careers can transfer surprisingly well here, and that's your advantage. So skills like organization, writing, research, attention to detail, communication. And so here are the requirements. So depending on the employer and location, obviously, you may need an associate's degree, paralegal certificate, bachelor's degree, relevant legal experience. So this is what your day-to-day may look like: research legal issues, prepare documents, organize cases, communicate with clients, assist lawyers, manage deadlines, and specialization in areas like corporate law, intellectual property, or other complex legal fields can increase your earning potential. So that's a good news. So you don't have to become a lawyer to build a career in law. That's the conclusion. Number 9, project management specialist. I love this career. The earning potential starts at 80,000 and it goes up to 130,000 plus. And if you spent years organizing people, deadlines, budgets, events, projects, or complicated workloads, you might already have more project management experience than you actually realize. And project management specialists help organizations take projects from one idea to completion. So why this is especially great for starting over. This is one of those careers where your previous work experience can become incredibly valuable. And maybe you've worked in administration, maybe you have a background in healthcare, maybe marketing, maybe government work, maybe construction, technology, finance. All of those will help you in this field. So you may already understand how organizations work, right? You're simply learning how to apply that knowledge to managing projects. So here are your requirements. Employers may look for a bachelor's degree. They may look for relevant work experience, maybe project management training, certifications such as PMP for certain roles. This is what your day-to-day may look like. Build project plans, track deadlines, manage budgets, coordinate teams, and identify risks, as well as report on progress. And project management exists in almost every major industry. That means you may be able to transition without throwing away everything you've learned in your previous career. Number 8, human resources specialist. The earning potential here is great, 70,000 to 120,000 plus. And human resources professionals can specialize in recruitment, in employee relations, in compensation, in benefits, in training, in HR systems, workforce planning. It's more than just employee relations here when we talk about human resources. So why this is great for starting over specifically. So if you've already spent years working inside organizations, you've probably developed skills that transfer very well into HR. You understand workplace communication. You probably already understand professional expectations. You may have trained employees, maybe resolved problems in your workplace. Maybe you've reviewed resumes or helped onboard new people without officially working in HR. So here are the requirements. Many positions prefer a bachelor's degree, though, in human resources, business, communications, or related areas. HR certification can also help here, and this is what your day-to-day may look like. Recruit employees, right? Develop workplace policies, manage employee programs, analyze compensation, support employees, and coordinate training. Now, once you specialize or move into more senior HR positions, 6-figure salaries become much easier to achieve and attain. That's something that you should know. Number 7, technical writer. I love this. Earning potential 80,000 to 130,000 a year. Do not sleep on this career, please. Because if you spent years becoming knowledgeable about an industry, you don't automatically assume you need to throw all of that knowledge away. It's not too late. You might be able to write about it. Technical writers take complicated information and make it easier for people to understand and for people to digest. So they create things like manuals, instructions, training materials, online documents, policies, technical guides. So why it's great for starting over, your previous career can actually become your niche. So if you've spent 15 plus years in healthcare, maybe finance, maybe government, maybe engineering, maybe technology, and you basically already understand an industry that a brand new writer may need years to learn. And that's an advantage here. So pair that knowledge with strong writing skills. Suddenly your past career becomes a strong advantage. And here are the requirements: strong writing abilities, of course, a bachelor's degree, industry knowledge, and a portfolio. That's all. Requirements vary significantly depending on the field. So this is what your day-to-day may look like: research topics, interview experts, write documentation, edit information, update manuals, and simplify complicated concepts. And some technical writing positions can also offer remote or hybrid work, which is great. Number 6, registered nurse. Earning potential is $90,000 to $130,000. You've always wanted, if you've always wanted to work in healthcare, becoming a registered nurse can still be possible later in life. It's not too late. And nursing has multiple educational pathways. So this is why this career specifically is great for starting over. Healthcare workers are always needed. Healthcare needs workers, and nursing gives you, many directions you can eventually take for your career. You might work in hospitals, clinics, public health, schools, home health care, occupational health insurance. If you don't like the concept of working in a hospital, like the physical hospital, there's so many other spaces where you can really thrive in when it comes to being a registered nurse. And later, you can specialize or continue your education if you want. So here are the requirements. Depending on your pathway, you'll need an approved nursing program, the required licensing examination, right? Some people enter through an associate's degree nursing program, while others complete a bachelor's degree straight away. And this is what your day-to-day may look like: assess patients, administer medications, coordinate care, monitor patients, educate families, work with physicians. Now, nursing can be absolutely stressful. I have to preface that. So don't choose it simply because of the salary, right? Choose it because you actually want to do this and you care about that kind of work and the people in that sense. But if you've always wanted healthcare and are willing to complete the training, your age does not automatically disqualify you from starting over. 5, digital marketing specialist. Earning potential, $70,000 to $130,000. So if the idea of going back to college for another 4 years makes you want to close this video immediately, listen to this one. Digital marketing can offer a much shorter learning path. Businesses need people who understand how to attract customers online, and that includes social media, Google, email, advertising, SEO. For those who don't know, SEO is search engine optimization, and this is the career, the kind of career that I'm personally in. Also, content marketing. So why it's great for starting over. You can start learning digital marketing while you're still working your current job. It's not too late. There are online certifications if you're a busy person, if you're a busy parent. There are courses, there are platforms where you can practice without, enrolling in another degree. And your existing industry experience can become your niche. For example, if you've worked in healthcare for 15 years, let's say, right? You could eventually specialize in marketing for healthcare companies. And here are the requirements. You can build skills in areas like social media marketing, Google Ads, Meta Ads, SEO, email marketing, analytics, content strategy. This is what your day-to-day may look like. Create campaigns, analyze performance, manage advertising, develop content, research audiences, improve marketing strategies. And as you gain experience, you can move into senior positions, specialize, in freelance, or eventually build your own client base. Number 4, financial advisor. The earning potential starts at 100,000 to 200,000 plus. Now, here's a career where your life experience can actually be valuable. Financial advisors help people make decisions involving retirement, investments, insurance, taxes, savings, long-term financial planning. Why it's great for starting over. People are trusting you with one of the most important part of their lives, right? Their money. And depending on the client, maturity, and professional experience, obviously professional experience can help build credibility when you're applying for these jobs if you want to make this pivot. Someone approaching retirement may appreciate working with an advisor who understands what it's like to have a mortgage, who understands what it's like to raise a family, to change careers, or plan for the future. And that's your advantage in comparison to someone who may not have that level of maturity in life. So here are the requirements. Depending heavily on financial services, or the financial services you provide, you may need a bachelor's degree, a financial license, professional certifications, employer training. This is what your day-to-day may look like. Meet clients, review finances, build financial plans, recommend investments, discuss retirement, monitor portfolios. So this career is people-oriented for sure and can involve sales. It's definitely not for everyone. So, you please take that in mind when you're choosing this career. But successful advisors can build very, very lucrative careers. Number 3, cybersecurity analyst. Earning potential 100,000 to 160,000 a year. And if you're thinking, I'm 40, it's too late for me to get into technology. No, it's not. Technology isn't reserved for people who started coding when they were 12. Please don't mind the background noise. I'm in my backyard and I think the neighbors are fixing a couple things. Anyways, cybersecurity professionals help organizations protect their systems and information from cyber attacks. So why this is great for starting over? Cybersecurity has multiple entry paths. A computer science degree can help, but some people transition through IT experience, technical training, certifications, and hands-on projects, and that helps them get through the door. And your previous industry experience can sometimes be valuable. So imagine someone who understands both cybersecurity and banking regulations, or cybersecurity and healthcare, or cybersecurity and government. Combining old knowledge with new technical skill can definitely make you more specialized. So here are the requirements for you. Depending on the position, employers may look for cybersecurity education, IT experience, technical certifications, networking knowledge, and security tools. This is what your day-to-day may look like. Monitor systems, investigate threats, identify vulnerabilities, respond to incidents, improve security, and prepare security reports. Now, this is great. This is a great example of starting over without necessarily starting from zero. Number 2, data analyst. Earning potential 80,000 to 130,000 a year. So companies have enormous amounts of data, but data isn't very useful if nobody understands what it means. Data analysts turn information into insights businesses can actually use. And so why? This is great for starting over. You can start building fundamental data skills without completing another 4-year degree. Not everybody wants to do that. So you can learn Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, basic statistics, and then create projects that demonstrate what you can do. But here's where your previous experience becomes powerful. Let's say you've worked in HR for 15 years, right? Now you learn data analytics. You could potentially become someone who specializes in workforce analytics, if you worked in finance, financial analytics. If you've worked in healthcare analytics. You see what I mean? You're not erasing your previous career. You're adding a valuable new skill on top of it. So here are the requirements. Requirements, obviously, they vary depending on, some employers want a bachelor's degree, while others focus more heavily on technical skills and experience. So don't write yourself out if you don't have some of these. But this is what your day-to-day may look like. Analyze data sets, build dashboards, create reports, find trends, present insights, and help organizations make decisions. And as you gain experience, you can potentially move into more specialized and higher paying analytics positions. But number one is something I think every woman considering a career change should understand. Number one, project manager. The earning potential here is $100,000 to $150,000 a year. Project management takes the number one spot because you may already have many of these skills already. You don't need to add on a bunch. Have you ever managed a complicated project? Have you coordinated multiple people? Have you managed a budget? Have you planned an event? Have you handled like crazy deadlines? Have you solved problems with something when something went wrong? Have you communicated between different teams? Then you've already used project management skills. So why it's great for starting over. Your previous career doesn't disappear, it becomes your industry expertise. Someone who spent 15 years, let's say, in healthcare and then becomes a healthcare project manager can bring something, they can bring a brand new they can bring something that a brand new graduate doesn't have. So 15 years of understanding how healthcare actually works, that's your advantage. The same applies to government, banking, construction, technology, marketing, education, and countless of other industries. So here are the requirements. Depending on the employer, you may need a bachelor's degree, relevant experience, project management training, professional certification. So a certification such as the PMP for project management can become valuable once you meet its experience requirements. So this is what your day-to-day may look like. Plan projects, manage timelines, coordinate teams, track budgets, manage risks, communicate with stakeholders, make sure projects actually get finished. And experienced project managers in industries like technology, finance, construction, healthcare, and consulting can make well into six figures. But here's why I really wanted this to be number one on my list. Starting over does not mean starting from zero. You are bringing everything you've learned from the last 10, 20, 30 years with you. And the smartest career change might be finding a new career that actually rewards you for what you already know. So there you have it, the 10 high-paying careers for women starting over in their 30s. And if you are watching this because you're thinking about changing your careers, I want you to remember this, okay? You're not starting from zero. You're starting with experience. You already know how workplaces operate. You've developed skills over the years. You've solved multiple problems in your life. You've made mistakes. You've learned what you like, and maybe more importantly, what you absolutely do not want anymore. So don't look at a 25-year-old entering a new industry and think you're behind. Your path is different. Instead, ask yourself, what skills do I already have? Which of these skills can I transfer? And what new skill could I add that would dramatically increase my value and my salary? Sometimes starting over doesn't require throwing your whole entire career away. No, it requires repackaging what you already know and taking it somewhere better. So now I want to know, are you considering a career change in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and beyond? Which career on this list would you actually consider? Or do you know a woman who completely changed careers later in life and is now thriving? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more videos on how to build true wealth through your career. I'll see you in the next one.